Well, hello everyone. Today is an auspicious occasion. Today happens to be the day that I get to upload the final video for the Tamiya Mil Hind that I've been working on for about 14 months now, I think. And there's just been so much life stuff going on and changes in my life and things I had to deal with that I had to stop working on it and start working on it again. And it was the only project I had going at the time. And I just got so very frustrated because of all the mistakes I made on it. And looking back now, I realize I probably should not have tried something on this level as my first model to build in fine scale modeling. But having said that, I can honestly say that I have learned quite a bit. I have learned a ton of valuable lessons just working with this and getting frustrated with it and trying different things and using some tips and suggestions that you all have provided for me and just keeping me on the ball and keeping it going and keeping me interested in getting it finished. This has been the hardest struggle of any build I've ever done. And I probably shouldn't have chosen a helicopter and one this detailed as my first model, but I did, and so it is what it is. But now it's gotten to the point where I'm happy with it. I'm not going to do any more on it. I didn't even put the decals on it. I'm going to save those and probably use them on something else because, frankly, putting decals on is not really a problem for me. I got that part figured out. It was everything else in the build on this that gave me fits. I think I even did all right on the camouflage on it. I did most of it with an airbrush, and I cleaned it up with a regular brush on the rough edges. And I did a very good job on the canopy. I know the camera won't pick it up, or the cockpit. I know the camera won't pick it up very well, but I think I did a pretty good job on the cockpit. And I used the Posca pins, so I couldn't hold my hand steady enough to use a brush to get the little instrument panel details in there, but it still worked out. I think it's probably the best feature of the whole model. As I said before, it was very frustrating, and I've uploaded several videos on the build of this, and I can't tell you how frustrating I got just working on this and what it was like to try to drag myself back in here, pick it up and work on it again. There were times when I really just wanted to take it out in the driveway and smash it into pieces with the hammer. And that would have given me so much satisfaction to do that. But everyone kept me on point and kept asking me how it was going and giving me tips, keeping me inspired and keeping me going on it. I've already started 2 other projects. I have them on the go right now. And they're coming along great, but most of that can be attributed to the lessons that I learned with this one. Seam lines, everything, how to fill seam lines, how to do it right, painting, detailing, how to glue tiny little parts, the order in which to do it, just everything. Everything in this whole build has taught me so much, more than I could have got out of any lesson from anybody. And I just wanted to thank everyone for your encouragement through the whole process. Panzer has been very helpful and encouraging. I want to thank Colin. Colin has really kept me going and has reminded me that it's a hobby and you're supposed to have fun. Well, I can tell you and be very honest with you, this was not fun for me. This was a grind. I really hated this thing. I got to the point where I didn't even want to look at it. I put it in a box for a few months so I couldn't see it on my bench. But I figured I would come back to it and get it done, at least to this point, far enough that I could put it in the display case and I can call it done. So once again, I want to thank everyone for all your encouragement. And I want to thank PJ Lewis for bugging me every time I went into the Hangout or into a chat where he was asking me, how's the Mil Hind coming? How's the Mil Hind coming? Well, PJ, the Mil Hind is done. So I hope you enjoy it. And don't be too harsh on me for the quality of it or what it looks like, but I'm happy with it. I think for a first go, for someone who never tried the hobby before, I think it came out all right. It could have been a lot better, and I understand that. If I had the same kit to build again from scratch, I know I could do much better on it, and because of all the things that I've learned. So I just want to thank everybody again for all your encouragement. and to let you know that this little bastard is finally done. And it's not going to give me fits anymore, but I'm just going to look at it in my display case as that was the one that I learned on, and maybe use it as a milestone to gauge my progress and where I've gone, where I've started from, and where I've gotten to now, just because of the experience with this. But very, very frustrating. This was my white whale. This was my Moby Dick. This was something I didn't think I was ever going to finish. And as I said before, I just wanted to smash it into bits and then not finish it and cut up the sprue and use the extra parts for gubbins on something else and just call it quits and count it as a loss. But I stuck it out, and I know it's not good, but you have to remember I'm brand new to the hobby, and this was my first real project. And so I think as a first real project, it's not that bad. It could be much better, but it's not really that bad. Anyway, there it is. Thanks to everyone for your encouragement. I do catch all the shows, but unfortunately I am 7 hours behind you guys in Arizona, in the States, or the colonies, as I'm constantly reminded. And I would just like to say thank you to everyone for your encouragement. Doing this kind of thing and this hobby has kept me close to sanity anyway. I started all this during COVID when they were locking us down, and I needed something to do to keep me busy and take my mind off of things, and it's just blossomed into something terrific for me. I really enjoy the hobby, and I'm learning so much from everybody. So I want to thank you all again so much for helping me and being patient with me. All your tips and guidance have really helped me. So take care, everyone. You will not see any more of this little gubbins here. It's going away. It's going into the case, and but it's done. And I can proudly say that it's kind of a mess, but it is finished. Anyhow, that's it for me for a while. Thank you very much. Thank you for the likes and the tips and the subs on my channel. I really do appreciate it. I'm not monetized in any way or sponsored, so I do all this out of my pocket, and I try to do the best I can. But I am learning, and hopefully someday we can come back to this and look at it, and someone can point out, yeah, remember that helicopter you started with? Look where you are now, because I am getting better, slowly but surely. So I will talk to you later. Thank you, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you soon.